So you're engaged. Yay! Congratulations. But now what? What are you supposed to be doing first? Where do you start? And how do you begin to even think about or plan this huge thing, your wedding? Not to mention, how is it that you're already so overwhelmed? In this video, I'll be walking you through the very beginning, the start of your wedding planning. We'll be talking about what you should be doing and why it's so overwhelming and hard. Hi there, I'm Jamie Chang, your destination wedding planning guru and designer of joy at Mango Muse Events and the creator of Passport to Joy, the step-by-step online wedding planning course for couples. And I share real and honest and useful wedding planning tips, tricks, and advice that you can use to help make planning your wedding easy and joyful so you can create a wedding you love. Are you ready? All right, let's do this. So today we are starting at the very beginning, the very beginning of planning. And let's see if this sounds familiar at all. So you got engaged and you're super duper excited to get married. So excited. And you've told some family, you've told friends, and you've gotten tons of hugs and lots of happy emojis. And you're just kind of on cloud now and you feel fabulous, right? And then the inevitable questions kind of start to trickle in. Ooh, where are you getting married? When are you getting married? Do you know yet what you're wearing? Are you having a wedding party? Who's in your wedding party? What wedding colors are you using? And almost immediately you kind of drop from those clouds and just get hit with this wave of overwhelm. You know, every couple that I talk to, no matter where they are in their planning, no matter what kind of wedding they're planning or where they're having it, they all say the same thing, that they're overwhelmed. They're overwhelmed by all the choices, by all the information, by Pinterest, by wedding blogs, by friends, by family. And here's the truth, is that every couple gets overwhelmed. And it all starts right now, in the beginning, and then just continues to grow. And it's because there really are sort of three mistakes that you're unknowingly making. And it's not your fault, but you're unknowingly making it. And that's what makes it hard. And then that overwhelm just grows. So number one, you don't know where to start. You don't know what to do. So what ends up happening is you just kind of guess. You know, you try to sift through all the information online or what people tell you, and you kind of don't really know what you're doing. And so you pick what you think makes sense, and you kind of guess at it, but you really have no idea. And then number two, you don't know who to trust, who's reliable, and so you kind of listen to everyone, whether that's other brides or grooms, whether that's blog writers, whether that's your family or friends, or just wedding sites. And you just follow whatever they say to do. And, you know, sometimes it's kind of helpful and sometimes not so much, and you just kind of don't know. And then lastly, you don't have a clear vision. And so you just kind of look at everything. You know, there's tons of stuff out there and you're just overwhelmed by all of the choices, all of the options, all of the information. And so you kind of just go with what you think looks great, but it's confusing because it also doesn't feel right. And you know, all that overwhelm you feel, it just builds and it builds and it builds and it builds to the point when planning your wedding just isn't fun anymore. It's all just about trying to get through it. You know, it's no longer about planning this happy day. It's just about wanting it to be over. And these are stories that you don't really see or hear about. People don't talk about them, but I hear them all the time. Because the reality is that wedding planning can really be overwhelming. And the reason why is just that you need the guidance and the information. And without that and someone you can trust, you're just feeling your way through the dark. But here's the good news. So today, literally today, we're going to fix all of that right now, okay? so that you don't end up like one of those sad stories, because I don't want that for you, and I know you don't want that for you either. So let's start at the beginning. Who do you trust? You want to put your trust in a professional. Someone with the experience and the knowledge, not a freelance writer, not a bride turned blogger, and not another bride or groom. You want to be using the information and following someone who knows what they're talking about, who has the actual experience to be able to tell you the reality of things and how to actually do it. And luckily, you're already in the right place. So, check. So next, where do you start? What do you do? Okay, so with anything, you want to start at the beginning. And your wedding is kind of like a project, right? And with all projects, there are steps. And you want to take the right steps in the right order so that you don't have to do things multiple times, so that you don't have to waste time or money on something that doesn't make sense or something that you're just not ready for yet. Which leads me to your vision. Now, this is single-handedly the most important thing pretty much about your wedding, because it affects everything else, literally everything else. It will affect what you spend your money on and how you spend your time and the decisions you make. It's going to affect everything. It's also what makes your wedding yours. It's what makes it truly unique, and it's what gives it meaning and feeling and makes it a wedding you love. So your vision is huge and crucial. And it's why, where do you start? You start with your vision. This is what you need to work on first. This is literally step number one. Now, we're going to talk about this for a little bit, but let's just talk about the word vision. And you might be like, what does that mean exactly? Okay, so it can be something kind of like a big, grand, CEO kind of vision. But for most people and most times, it's really just a feeling. It's an experience that you want to have. And this vision, it's important that you remember that this vision isn't just your vision. It's a vision created by you and your partner, because your wedding, your celebration, it's about the union. It's about your union, the two of you coming together. And so your vision is also about the two of you coming together. Now, I go into creating your vision into much more detail in Passport to Joy. But what I'm going to be doing today is walking you through how to start thinking about that, what you should be doing to help you create that. So here's what you're going to do, okay? I want you to take some time this evening or this weekend or sometime that makes sense for you and your partner, and sit down. Sit down and really talk about the wedding. Talk about what you want. Talk about what's important to you. Talk about what you see, what you envision. Talk about what you want to feel like on your wedding day, and talk about that experience that you want to create for yourselves and for your guests. Talk about what you imagine. And if you don't imagine anything, which is totally okay, talk about what you think would be fun or what you think would make you really happy. All these things can be small things or they can be big things. Talk through it all. And you may find that you're completely on the same page, or maybe not so much. But that discussion is really important so that you can figure out what's important to you and what's important to your partner. And then you're going to come together. You're going to come together and create your vision together, so that picture, that feeling, that experience that you both want, one that matters to you, that's what you're going to be creating together. And what you're going to do with that really is use that vision to help you plan everything else, to help you with your decisions going forward, to create that amazing wedding that's yours. Now, if you've already started, planning your wedding and you're feeling really lost or confused, overwhelmed, it's not too late. take the time now to do this with your partner, and it will help you so much going forward. Now, I'm sure the inevitable follow-up question that you have is, okay, so once you have this vision, right? Once you've taken this time to sit down together and come together, what comes next? How do you use this throughout the rest of your wedding? And don't you worry, I got you. So there are 7 steps to planning your wedding, and I'll be taking you through each step in a series of videos. So what you're going to want to do is hit the subscribe button so that you can get all the videos and find out what comes after your vision. Now, I want to hear from you. So what's one thing that matters to you? One thing that you really want for your wedding? Leave it in a comment below. And if you liked today's video, please like it, give us a thumbs up. You can check out all our other wedding planning videos for even more tips. And once again, make sure you hit the subscribe button so you can get all the new ones. And if you want even more help with your vision and the entire wedding planning process, please check out my online program, Passport to Joy. It will give you so much more information. You can find all the links below because you deserve to enjoy your engagement, no matter what your budget is. Thanks so much for being here, and I'll see you next time. Bye.